It's time to take you on a journey from land to sea. Get ready to explore the world with Out to Lunch on WRMN's Travel Tuesdays. On the first Tuesday of every month, we'll be your guide to the best vacation destinations, the hottest travel trends, special events, and so much more. So pack your bags and get ready to wander, because we're about to take you places you've always dreamed of. And now it's time for Travel Tuesdays on Out to Lunch with WRMN. Hello, everyone, and welcome to WRMN. It is Travel Tuesdays. My name is Dennis Sonar Green. I am joined with Shawna White, the president of Cruises International, Vacation Land and Sea, a premier travel agency based in Hoffman Estates with a career spanning over 2 decades in leisure, travel, and tourism industry. Shawna has cultivated a reputation for excellence in marketing management and hands-on training. Her commitment to delivering exceptional service has positioned the company as a trusted name in travel planning. Thank you very much, Ms. White, for being here with me today.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. What a wonderful intro. I like it.
Oh, thank you. I'll make sure I leave it for Matt for next time. But but it's great to have you in here, especially because it's now Travel Tuesdays is something that's something to be expected to go, oh my goodness, what are we going to talk about next? So we've been hearing a lot of buzz on the social media side of things of saying, what is Shawna going to talk about? And go ahead and share the good news. What have you got?
Great. Yeah.
Time?
Well, so the month of May actually is Travel Appreciation Month, which, you know, everyone gets the teacher appreciation and the nurse week and all of that. So don't forget about your travel advisor to thank them. You know, there is so much that goes into being a travel advisor, and we definitely think we have the best ones at our office and working for us.
That's over in Hoffman Estates. That's the place where you can go to get it. You can call at 847-303-2114.
Actually, that's my direct dial. That's okay.
That's the
you can call me directly, but 847-303-2020 is our office, and we are open Monday through Saturday. And so we do have office hours. You can come on in. We prefer an appointment just so that we have an advisor ready and prepared for your visit. But definitely, if you're in the neighborhood, we'd love to see you and love to have you stop by.
Cruises International 1978 on Facebook is the place to go, so you can look at those events. Yeah. Lots of different things that are happening. What are you doing to celebrate this month of appreciation?
Yeah, so yesterday we had a little fiesta for Cinco de Mayo for our advisors and catered in food, and it was a wonderful little celebration. And tomorrow there will be some more surprises. We've got a little surprises each week for the advisors, just giving them a little extra thank you, letting them know how much we appreciate them, and you know how much work goes into being an advisor, and just letting them know that it's all worth it.
It certainly is. Cruises International, Vacation Land and Sea. You can find their office at 1721 Moon Lake Boulevard. So let's talk about travel advisors in general, just to kind of lay down the foundation of what that job is. I kind of attribute it more for a. You ever watch Sesame Street? Meet the people in your neighborhood.
Yes.
So in a community's ecosystem, where does the travel advisor come in?
Sure. So you have an advisor to, advise you on your money. You have an advisor to, cut your hair, right? So those are all professional people that advise you throughout your different steps of your life.
Absolutely.
And so we do pride ourselves on really advising and helping you select that right vacation, because we know that not every vacation is a one size fits all. All clients are looking for different types of vacations. Maybe they're looking for a special anniversary vacation, or a big group. Maybe they're going to take all the kids and the grandkids on a trip. Our advisors really ask those detailed questions, kind of find out more of what you really want, because you may come in thinking, this is what we want. This is what our neighbor told us we need to do. And then with, talking more with our professional advisors, it's like, well, it is a great trip for some people, but for what you're looking for, this trip might actually be better for you. We have all different preferred suppliers, and we have great relationships with all of our suppliers. And so we are able to really highly recommend a certain vacation based off of your needs.
The way I look at it is we all think we can just bake a cake instead of going to the bakery or anything else. Now, by all means, after you've kind of messed up a couple of cakes, you might be a little bit better than before. But the issue is a lot of people take travel as, this is the cake I want, this is the prize, this is the end goal, this is the memory that I want to cultivate. And what they end up doing is they try to bake the cake without a recipe.
Right.
And so then they go, okay, well, maybe I just need a recipe. And so they go to one of the online booking agents or anything like that. So now, okay, you don't get the skills because now you have the recipe in your hand. Go to a baker.
Right. That is the truth. The online and doing it yourself is not really going to help you when you're stuck over in Europe, or when something happens, or you are looking for that extra special touch and you're looking for that, Instagram worthy photo or whatever that might be. Our advisors do listen and are able to recommend that right product. And that is why, that's why we're here. We found a lot of people, when the internet, dating myself a little bit here, but when the internet first came out and everyone was like, oh, I'm going to book my trip online, we were a little nervous that was going to take away some of what we do. People did it once or twice, and they realized, I need someone that can be there for me.
Oh,
I need somebody, because you can book just that cruise, and great, we booked a 7-night or a 10-night cruise. But what about the air? What about the pre-hotel? What about the transfers? What about the excursions, the, help with the dining, or help with the, different things that come up on board? So that is why they have all now come back and said, I need an advisor to make sure that I am doing everything correct, because online is very overwhelming. There's, certain cruise lines themselves, the cruise lines have over 26, 30, 40 ships.
Wow.
So when you go and you're like, okay, I'm going to go to the Caribbean, there's 30 ships. Where do I start? And is it a brand new ship? Is it an old ship? Is it going to be too big? Is it going to be too small? That's really where an advisor comes in.
We're speaking with Shawna White, the president of Cruises International Vacations Land and Sea, the premier travel agency based in Hoffman Estates. One of the things that I appreciate in having somebody who is a concierge is the timing aspect. As a person in radio, and even coming from a military background, timing is everything. A lot of times we think that, oh, I just pop in the car and then I'm at a place. It's like, well, that may take 40 minutes to go through. Or did you know that there was a security check at this point? Where does the concierge kind of give people the itinerary and then kind of let them have that freedom? Is there a line that I get to pick, or is it something that you guys recommend?
Some of our really well traveled, they have done a lot of travel. They don't necessarily need that hands-on, and we can tell. We know when they need that extra love and TLC, and then sometimes it's the new cruisers that think they know everything. And we're like, okay, but did you know that this is not included? Or did you know that you do have to do this? And don't forget you have to do this. So we do have some cheat sheets and some emails and some different things that our advisors will use to just make sure we're giving them all the information they need, whether they want it necessarily, and they don't have to use it. But we have like destination guides that if they're going to Italy or Greece, that will send them destination guides so they can be in charge of what they want to do. When you're in Santorini, here's a destination guide on Santorini. And now you pick what fits you. I'm not going to say you have to do this, but I'm going to say here's what's available for you to do. And then they can kind of make that their dream vacation.
We're speaking with Shawna White, president of Cruises International, Vacations, Land and Sea, premier travel agency based out of Hoffman Estates. We are going to continue talking with Miss White here on WRMN. It's Travel Tuesdays. If you've got a place you're looking at going, have you thought about getting a concierge to make sure that not only you are getting the place that you want to go, but you're getting the price that you want to pay for it as well? More WRMN coming up right after this. Welcome back to Out to Lunch. My name is Dennis Sonar Green. I'm filling in for the marvelous Matt McNeil here on Travel Tuesdays. I'm joined by Shawna White, the president of Cruises International, premier travel agency based out of Hoffman Estates, with a career spanning over 2 decades in leisure travel and the tourism industry. Shawna has cultivated a reputation for excellence in marketing management and hands-on training. Shawna, can I talk a little bit about that hands-on training that you do?
Yeah.
So for 2 decades, I mean, Gandhi said that it's not the measure of a leader isn't how many people follow them; it's how many leaders that they've created. Okay. So in 20 years, surely you have made some leaders out there.
Right. So Cruises International, we have been in business for 46 years. Mm-hmm. I've been lucky to be there for 23 years this summer or this fall. So, I started as an advisor and just, right out of the gate and did anything and everything I could to learn. There's so many great experienced advisors there when I started, and I just took it all in and learned from each one of them, learned their differences and how they did different things. And then I quickly took over the marketing, which was an exciting new role for me. And then just kind of progressed from there. So now as the president and being able to be in charge of the team, it really is that same thing. How I learned is really by the people that work with us. We're all a team and we share so much, and we have so many great ways that we communicate. We have 2 meetings a week where our advisors are able to share successes and obstacles that maybe they're going around. We have chances for them to share experiences that their clients have. When a client returns from a trip and they tell us it was great, or maybe this or that was maybe not so great, it's our chance to share with our team so that we can all learn from that and be stronger together. When we have a new advisor, we love welcoming them into the office, and I always say you learn by osmosis when you sit by some of these advisors that have been doing this 40 years, and just the way they are just so smooth, and they know the destinations, they know the cruise lines, they know the questions that the clients are going to ask before they even ask them. So they can anticipate, those answers and be ready for those. So when we have new advisors, and we're always welcoming new advisors, so that's a really exciting thing for our industry, is that we have 3 different ways that you can become an advisor with Cruises International. If you're looking to be in the office, like a full-time, 4 to 5 days a week, we have that interview process always going on. And then we have an independent contractor way where you could be in the office kind of 2 days a week. And a lot of our independent contractors that do the 2 days a week, they may be retired early, or they retired, but they're still young at heart, and they want to do something. And yeah, you could go work at Menards or Meijer and push carts, but it's such a fun career. And
travel in
general. And a lot of people will start knowing that they're going to be retiring in the next couple years. So they'll start doing it slowly. And then once they retire, they come in 2 days a week. First of all, it's most of the time to get away from their spouse that they were not used to seeing every day of the week. Yeah. We love having them, though. And it's really selling to your friends and family. And something, if you're passionate about travel, it's more of I want to go here. Who wants to come with me? And a lot of our really successful advisors are doing just that. They travel once or twice a year, and they bring their neighbors and their friends and their bowling group and their pickleball friends, and and they all just go together. And now these friends have created this nucleus that it's, where are we going next year? Where are we going to go? We got to get some more on the books. So if you've ever thought about, you love travel, you have a passion for traveling, and you're looking for something to do either full-time or part-time, please do reach out to the office, because we're always looking for younger people to join the industry new, or those people looking for that second career as well.
That's it. If your heart is in travel, whether that is San Francisco or anywhere else that you left your heart, go ahead and try to reach out to Cruises International. You can find them online, cruisesinternational.com. You can also send an email, vacations@cruisesinternational.com, or call 847-303-2020, I believe is the office this time.
Yeah, that's the office.
And then you also can stop by if you're in Hoffman Estates, but please just go ahead and just let them know before you're heading in. But it's 1721 Moon Lake Boulevard, Suite 101. But you're not just in the office. You've got a couple of events that are happening.
Yeah.
Friends of Cruises International at Chico's Shopping Night is Wednesday, May 14th. Will you tell us a little bit about that event?
Yeah, this is something really fun. This is our first time doing this, but a bunch of our advisors shop at Chico's in South Barrington, there in the Arboretum. And we're there one day saying, I'm going on this trip, and the gals there are so wonderful, and said, hey, why don't we help you figure out what clothes pack easy, and pack nice. And after a couple more visits, they said, we do this presentation where we can teach your clients how to pack in a carry-on. Everyone is so worried about the airlines losing your luggage, let's be honest. And so many people, my daughter included, 14, and she's terrified of losing her luggage.
It's almost like gearing up for survival.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm gonna put the bulk of my stuff here, let them maybe hand that, but I'm gonna pack for survival over here.
Exactly. And so people are more now carry on. They're less is more. They're maybe washing their clothes while on vacation, or finding, different pieces to change up the outfit. So this it will be from 4 to 6. So come when you want, and they'll have a little setup here of teaching you how to pack for an entire week's vacation in a carry-on.
Wow, an entire week's vacation in a carry-on, because that seems to be a bit more popular nowadays too, because that seems to be where a lot of the deals are. Because yes, you might be able to get a $80 flight, but you're spending $60, $70 on your luggage.
Right.
So carry-on compactability is definitely something you need to contemplate. So go over to Chico's, and that is in South Barrington. The South Barrington Arboretum is the place to go for that. You can register or say if you're interested or going by finding the event on Facebook, and that is over at Cruises International. 1978 is the best place to find that one. But you've got one more that's going on.
Right. Just real quick on the Chicos. Even if you're not looking to go on a vacation, there's going to be some extra discounts. So if you are a local shopper of Chicos, please come by. No pushy sales guy, I guess, is what the commercial says. But please come by. There'll be some extra discounts for just mentioning that you're part of Cruises International.
That's great. Pick up some layers. Pick up something nice to wear at the beach.
Pick up a new spring or summer dress, something fancy if you have a wedding or something coming up, for sure.
Thursday, May 22nd, 6 p.m., Explora Journeys, a new wave in luxury ocean travel. Tell me a little bit about this.
Yeah, so we are doing a new campaign each month online, and we are finding that virtual events are really coming back. And so Explora Journeys is a newer cruise line. They have one ship now, a second one coming soon, and it is luxury ocean travel. So it's smaller ship. And, it's designed for the traveler who wants that immersive experience, both land and sea. They're elegant modern ships and, a little bit different ports and different destinations than your standard ocean cruise. So it's online, so you can just register. You can go to the Facebook group, and there is a Zoom link in there. You do need to register on the Zoom link, not just on the Facebook page saying that you're interested. And we'll hear right from Explora Journeys on what a wonderful vacation it is. They are in the Caribbean and Europe, and they're expanding each year to new destinations.
Explora Journeys. Find out more at the online event May 22nd. It's an online event. Make sure you register. You can find more on the Facebook page of Cruises International. We'll be right back with more Travel Tuesdays here on WRMN with Shawna White from Cruises International. Welcome back to Out to Lunch. It's Travel Tuesdays. Just in case you didn't know what day it was, stick around. We've got some great talk about cruises and travel and some of the events that are happening around over here. It's not just me, Dennis Sonar Green, filling in for Matt McNeil today. It's your normal guest here on Travel Tuesdays, Miss Shawna White, president of Cruises International, Vacations Land and Sea, premier travel agency based in Hoffman Estates, is here with us as well. Thank you, ma'am, for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
It is a great time to talk about travel because especially when the sun is out bright, and it honestly, for me, I think travel is good to talk about anytime. When it's bright, you can talk about, oh my gosh, wouldn't it be so great if we were here or there or Greece or wherever else? And when it's gloomy is the other time of just...
Yes, exactly.
Wouldn't it be great if I was in Greece or there or anywhere else?
You got to plan for that gloom. So that's why we always say book now. You got to plan that trip in advance so that you have something to look forward to. You know that in January, late January, early February, it's so nasty here, right? It's not fun. No one wants to be here. So let's plan a trip. Get out to the Caribbean, get some vitamin D. And, you got to break up that long winter, that long Chicago winter. So definitely booking early is what we always recommend to our guests. And it's so surprising. I was talking to a gentleman at one of our events the other night, and he said, people say that, that you could book it whenever. He's like, but I just booked something for 2 years from now, and there's only 3 cabins left, my agent told me. So, when it's when you're looking for those unique experiences, especially, an expedition or a world cruise or, those things that, are not done every 7 nights and maybe not as a large of a ship, a river cruise or, like I said, an expedition or exploration, they only hold 150 people. So... And it goes, at different itineraries each week. It's not doing the same thing.
And your anniversary may not match up with the week that they have.
Exactly. So you want to plan in advance, and it's something to look forward to. And the cool thing about Cruises International is that we can also make payments. So we're booking up until 2027, I think, first quarter 27 on some cruise lines and tours. But majority, we're booking all of 26 is open. And, let's say you book for next Thanksgiving. Well, now you've got all of this year and next year to pay for it.
Wow.
So whether you're still working or you're retired, it's really a great way to budget for that vacation. And by the time it comes around, you're like, this was like free. I don't even remember paying for this thing.
Well, yeah, and maybe even then, maybe it's a son or a daughter or a granddaughter or somebody who just got engaged.
Yes.
And now you're like, you know what? I want to make sure that they have the great honeymoon.
Yes.
So all throughout the engagement, we'll make sure that we make that $100, $200 payment that's going on. What happens if they aren't the ones and I'm already in this? Can I adjust my payments? Can I change some
so I
things
think it
that
really
are
just
there?
depends on what you've booked. Obviously, every cruise line and everybody has a different thing. If you're just changing out one of the names because that soon-to-be husband is maybe not going to be the soon-to-be husband anymore.
Now it's a girls' trip.
Yeah, now it's a girls' trip. That normally we can get a name changed, but normally you would have some more time to change or cancel. It just really, it's all dependent on timing and when we make those changes. But that's why you have an advisor who will go over those rules with you in the beginning to make sure that you understand, okay, if you're going to do a name change, we have to do it by this day. If you're going to do, cancel or a different date, we have to do it by this day. And they're really good about making sure you have those dates so that you know if you have to, life happens, right? And we also do sell insurance for reasons out of our control too.
There you go.
Yeah.
And we're not talking about vacations in the traditional sense of we're going to find the closest hotel to grandma's house.
No.
We're talking about vacations, relaxing, or adventure, a unique experience.
Right.
Any website can find the closest hotel to grandma.
For sure. Well, and it's funny that you bring that up about the honeymoons. And, that is something that we do a lot of honeymoons because a lot of our clients, our past guests that have been booking with us for many years, now the granddaughter is getting married, and that is something that they want to help pay for or they want to be a part of. So honeymoons are a whole new thing now. I think before it was, okay, what all inclusive can we go to? Which we do all inclusives as well. But it's, they're looking for that Instagram photo. They want those experiences. They want to come back and say, we went to this place and no one's been there, and that's where our advisors really come in and kind of find those unique experiences, whether it's a safari or, maybe it is just sitting on the beach and relaxing. We can do all of that. And we've had a lot of people do destination weddings too.
Wow.
So, when maybe it's the first marriage and you don't want to do the big thing here, you just want to have a party in Jamaica or, wherever that might be. We've done cruises where we've had everybody come on board.
Wow.
You can get married on the ship. They have a chapel, or you can find at one of your ports, you can find a hotel or something where you could host your wedding.
Yeah, because everybody talks about bundles or all-inclusive or anything else. Yeah. Your financial advisor is making you the bundle.
Yeah.
You're not going and selecting through a menu of these days and everything else. Your financial advisor is helping you create the all-inclusive. They're helping you create the bundle and the experience. Don't look at it as oh my goodness, how can I have somebody to help me through this and all this other stuff? It can't, ungodly expensive. No, there are different ways to budget within your budget.
Yes.
If you want to go extravagant and say, this is what I want to do. I want to go skydiving in the middle of South Africa or wherever you want to go. That's where the advisor absolutely helps you build that bundle.
Yeah.
And now you're back to all-inclusive. I just pay the advisor.
Right.
Now,
right.
How more all-inclusive can you get than that?
Right.
It's fantastic. You guys are hosting another event on May 12th that is coming up.
No, this is actually next year. Yeah,
next
no.
Year, sorry.
Yeah, so.
No, 20. That's right. I saw the year here. You were right. You are booking into 27.
Yeah, so a lot of our advisors that have been with us for a very long time, their clients always say, where are you going next? Where are you going to be going? And so some of our advisors have taken that to heart and said, well, I'm going to plan a trip and invite my clients to come with and anybody who wants to join me. So we had an advisor who just came back. She had a very successful group. We have another one going out in November. If you're still looking for a November Caribbean cruise, we've got an advisor taking out, I think there's about 40 guests right now going. But this one is a newer one for us. So we have done cruises and maybe that pre or post extension. But one of our advisors was asked by some of her clients saying, hey, we really want to go here, but we want you to come with us. Is this something that you would do? So this is a 13-day Cosmos, which is part of Globus Vacations, Munich to Zurich. So this is going to be doing the Swiss Alps. And you've got train involved, you've got hotels, you've got the picturesque sites. If it's something that you've always dreamed of and wanted to, go to Munich, go to Zurich, go to, the Swiss Alps, it is really breathtaking. And this is a great tour. It's one of the only tours that we could find that has all of the right stops. So it is on our Facebook page, but we have a whole flyer that we could send you if it's something you're interested in. And again, like I said, it's May of next year. So planning that trip now, knowing that, that's it. Planning that trip now, knowing that you have something to look forward to next year. And on the back of the flyer, we are able to email this to you as a day by day. And we'll have this in our information real soon. We'll have it on our website. We just finalized the group, but I just wanted to take this opportunity to talk about it. And I'm sure we'll talk about it again in the upcoming times that I'm here.
This is amazing. For 13 days, it is $37.99 for 13 days.
Yep.
That is absolutely amazing.
You get to see Lake Como, some national parks. There's a lot of the UNESCO heritage sites in here. So definitely a tour to look at. So if it's something that you're interested in or want to learn more about, please do reach out to us. Kathy is our advisor who is going to be escorting this, and she's done several of our escorted hosted trips, and she's a wonderful wealth of knowledge. So we'd love to have you talk to her.
If you are into rolling hills and amazing German and Swiss architecture, where it is that row home style, and it's the almost kind of mixed with that Prussian type of military almost style as well. Great place to go. I went to Kiel, Germany for Kiel Fest, and just amazing place over there in that region of Europe, because it's so much of that culture,
Right.
that you can tell the differences between the different countries in that region, but you can feel that area of that region of Europe.
Everybody is so nice, and they're just so nice and so welcome to tourists, and breathtaking. I mean, the sites are really, really just breathtaking.
Absolutely. So check out Cruises International Vacations. You can find their Facebook page out there on it. I believe it is Cruises International 1978 is the Facebook page. Best place to look for it over there, or you can go to cruisesinternational.com.
Yeah. So on our website, if you're interested in just being part of our family and wanting to receive emails, you can go onto our website and sign up for more information, and that'll get you into our email list. This way, then when we have these special events, you'll get an email notification about them, and you can always stay up to date on the latest and greatest information that we have.
We're going to take another quick break, and when we come back, I want to ask Miss White about cruises. I've never been on one on the civilian side. The Navy sent me to a few countries that was really great, and I'm going to ask her if some of the things that we all heard on our military cruises are true. Mints on pillows and things like that. Oh my goodness. Swing sets and water slides. Sounds like a dream. I wish I had that in the Navy. Hey, more Travel Tuesday here with Cruises International on Out to Lunch, WRMN. We'll be right back. Welcome back to WRMN. It's Out to Lunch. You're listening to the final couple minutes here. My name is Dennis Sonar Green. I'm sitting with Shawna White, president of Cruises International Vacations, Land and Sea, premier travel agency based out of Hoffman Estates. Lots of different places and ways that you can reach out to them. But one of the best ways to do that is to show up for one of these amazing events happening on the 14th, Friends of Cruises International goes to Chico's for some shopping night and to learn how to pack their bag as efficiently as possible. That's the newest one coming up. But then on the 22nd, Explora Journeys has an online event that Cruises International is helping out with as well. You can register for that event to learn more about exclusive, smaller population cruises that are way more elegant and exclusive for it. Thank you very much, Shawna, for letting us know about these events.
Yeah, thank you.
So when we were in the Navy, we were told that when we want to pack, we just roll everything up and just balls and just, there you go. It's all smashed together in it. Cruising in the Navy versus cruising in the civilian world has some similarities in the fact that we're all on a boat, and we're going to exotic places. What we do with those exotic places change a little bit.
Yes.
But what I loved about traveling was the fact that when I got to a place, I could go out and do the things that were there. So sure, how I got there was a little bit different, but once I got there, the golfing or the restaurants or the museums or the hiking or the architecture, traveling and getting to that destination and having that experience was really what made it all worth it. People don't have to join the Navy to
No, you do not have to join the Navy to go
get
on a
these
cruise.
amazing cruises. What's the process like? What are we expecting when we say, you know what, Shawna, I want to take an awesome, memorable cruise this year?
Yeah, so I think that you hit it really on the head there by saying, I want to see Italy. Let's just use that. I want to see Italy, but I only have 10 days. Well, there's no way you're going to be able to get a good taste of Italy in 10 days in a hotel and train and plane and car and then worrying about the driving and all of the getting from here to there.
Because everybody shows up and then they don't know what to do.
Yes.
And then they spend 3 hours in the hotel room.
Trying to figure out should I be doing today? And then now I have a car, I'm driving down the wrong side of the road and I only have so much time, but I want to make the most of my time. And I think that that's what cruising has really offered to so many guests is that, let's go to Italy and Greece for 10 days or 12 days, and you get a really good taste of the destination and you immerse yourself into that culture, but you're not having to worry about, where am I sleeping tonight? Do I need to get on a train or a car or a bus? Or, you're worrying about, I just need to make sure I know how to get back to the ship. And, you can do the excursions with the cruise lines. And then if you fall in love with a place, you can always come back and just stay there for a week. But at least you have gotten a sampler plate of all of the destination that you want. We just got back from the Caribbean not that long ago, and we went to a different island every day and it was like, I could come back here. Yeah, I could come back here. But then we fell in love with a place and we were literally like, okay, really, we're coming back here, trying to book something for a later stay, because I think that each island and each destination has a little bit different, like in Hawaii, all the islands are different. And it's so great to get that sampler and that little taste. Maybe it's a full day, maybe it's 8 hours, maybe it's 10 hours. Some of these amazing cruise lines are now even staying overnight in some of the really great destinations. Wow. So you're able to, be in Athens maybe for 2 days, 2 full days. Maybe you don't need to come back. Maybe that was enough,
Well, it was never enough for Athens. It's never enough.
Right. But I mean, it's a great way to see it, to get some of those things off of your bucket list. For a long time, people are like, oh, you can't talk about a bucket list. You can't talk about a bucket list. But I will tell you, my 14-year-old and my 15-year-old niece have bucket lists. And they're like, okay, well, we've been here and now we need to go here. And I can't wait to go here. And so, bucket lists are really coming back, and I think that it's more of a living list. And, what do I want to do, and where's the furthest? And let me go there now while I'm still young and able and work my way back home. I think that that's something that a lot of travelers forget about, is that, as we age, it gets a little harder to travel further. So get those further destinations out of the way. And then when, you get a little older and travel gets a little harder on us, then we keep a little closer to home.
Exactly. Stay a little bit more on the boat and do a few other things. But what I really like about cruising as a travel, as opposed to getting on a plane and going everywhere, is the micro worries. There's so many little things when you're traveling that you're worried about. First off is, do I have my wallet on me? You're always checking if you got your wallet on you. It's just part of travel. But the other side is this the checkout for my hotel? Does my hotel have a curfew? Some international hotels that, no, we're going to lock the door. Sorry. We don't want riffraff in here for your protection.
Yeah.
So cruising and having a place and also having a person helps with those micro worries of, oh, did I lock the hotel room? Did I leave the window open? Is my cashier's checks somewhere where they need it? So many little micro worries
and I think it's also packing and unpacking. So for instance, there's a cruise line, Norwegian Cruise Line does a 7-night Hawaii, and it stops in every island in Hawaii, and a lot of them you're going to get an overnight. So this way you're not having to go to one island, stay a couple nights, pack your stuff back up, get on a plane, and then go to another island, unpack your stuff, and then get on a plane to go to the next island. So it really is that ease of packing and unpacking and not having to worry about, oh my gosh, I think I left my shorts at that hotel and now I left my toothbrush at this hotel. You get one amazing room for the week or 2 weeks, and you're able to see, all sorts of different destinations.
It's amazing. Shawna, where can people find more information about Cruises International?
Sure. You can visit our website at cruisesinternational.com. Give us a call at 847-303-2020, or always visit us on Facebook or TikTok, actually, too. Cruises International 1978 on all of our media platforms.
Thank you, President Shawna White of Cruises International. Vacations, land, and sea. More Out to Lunch will continue on WRMN right after this.